All right, I know that the press release for the new Zero models just hit earlier this morning, but here we are with the bikes in the flesh. We got the new FX model right here in front of me. Basically, this is kind of their supermoto version of a Zero motorcycle. What the FXS has is the new 6.5 battery over the last year's 5.7, and what that does is a more energy condensed battery. You're not gaining any extra weight, but you are gaining more power, and you're gaining some longevity out of this battery pack. It's coming in at about $11,000, and you might have seen Troy and Mai's video from I think last year when we took a FX model out and put it up with a DRZ 400 Suzuki. And what we found from that supermoto kind of racing environment is that the Zero bike was super fast for about 2 laps, and it actually smoked the Suzuki, but then it would go into kind of a thermal lock and it would bring it down because it was getting overheated. So what Zero's done with this is they've now changed it to an internal permanent magnet structure for the motor. So what they've done is a lot of testing between it, the battery management system, and the controller. And so everything's kind of like, heating up at the same rate as before, it was heating up at different rates. And so what I've been told now is like when we get this model and we go out and test it, if we did the same type of track scenario, instead of before where we'd do like 2 laps and it would overheat and kind of just shut down the engine and bring down the power output, this thing should be able to go pretty much, some laps. And if it gets a little hot, like, full throttle down the front straight, once you hit the end of that front straight, it might top out a little bit, bring down some power, but by the time you get through that corner and start to, throttle on again, it will have cooled down enough for you to complete the next lap. So the system overall and its cooling capacity is much better over the previous Zeros that they had. So, with that said, what we're really looking forward to now is to get this bike out, get it on the street and on the track, and see how the new bikes perform.